both pretty in favor of LDLC to take this one home. But, Jono, I believe we're about ready to jump into the knife round here and to find out which side is going to be occupying which. So, LDLC, as you said, on CT side, they are a formidable opponent. They'll be wanting to win this knife round for sure.
Yeah, that's certainly true. LDLC get this. They're going to be going CT and expect big numbers from them. Expect 11 rounds at least, to be honest. Dignitas' terror side is actually fairly good. They got a lot of stick for being a very CT-sided team, but I actually think Fetish as an in-game caller is very, very, very good. And actually, their terror side is okay. But yeah, I'd expect LDLC to put up big numbers if they get this CT side. And it looks like that is exactly what's going to be happening. So finally, the time has come. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? It's been over 2 months, in fact. It was only meant to have been about a month, but it's dragged on a little bit thanks to you know, some events in between and some other factors. But here we are, finally, the grand final of the Hitbox CS Arena Championship. Number 3 is going to be going live right now. DE Inferno, Team LDLC taking on Team Dignitas. Here we go.
Pistol round, live. Players spamming up the good luck, have fun. So let's see how things kick off here. As you said, a lot of pressure is going to be on Dignitas. They have pretty much walked into LDLC's layer with their map choice, but let's see if it pays off for them. As I said, maybe they've got some things up their sleeve. Shox gets the first one click, though, onto Fetish, and that will open up things nicely for the Frenchman. 3 players actually stacked on B. Kiyoshima, Smith, NBK, one of which has just got smashed, second as well, and now Device is rushing on through. Shox in prime position to strike. It's actually Kiyoshima who gets the 3 men all in the face. And LDLC pick up that first round. It looked a bit hit or miss for them for a few seconds, though, when Dignitas pushed up Banana.
Wow, oh my god. That one tap from Shox at the beginning, and then Kiyoshima with 3 frags from that position, all headshots, tap, tap, tap. Beautiful stuff from LDLC. And you say it was a little bit hairy. Yes, those 2 initial frags went the way of Dignitas, but LDLC had actually rolled the dice and stacked the B bomb site. And look at this push down middle, not wasting any time. 0 respect. And look at that. Zipnix does manage to collect 1 frag, but that's all he's going to get. Very, very, very confident, aggressive start from LDLC. And that's gone pretty badly already for Dignitas. I mean, straight away after 2 rounds, LDLC looking very good. I mean, it's just the ecos, yeah, but you know, the way they've taken them already, they're looking great. So it's 2-0, another eco round from Dignitas. Let's see if they can get something a little bit more done in this one.
Wow, man, they were not expecting that rush down mid. Now this time they're going to be double or triple nading it. There is Kiyoshima with a spray down onto Cajun B, who was trying to snake his way around in the tunnel. And look at this again from LDLC, super aggressive with the P90 spray down. That's going to be Happy picking up the kill. MBK spots Fetish and does put bullets to chest, and that will be the kill. And Zipnix is all by himself. He's managed to get on towards A, but he doesn't have the bomb. No real hope of clutching out this round. If he can just get a couple players, I mean, that will probably be job done as far as Dignitas are concerned. But he's not going to be able to do anything. Shox with a comfortable frag, and that will be a very easy 3-0 lead for LDLC. This is where things could become interesting, though. Dignitas will be buying on up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, can you remember an instance where we've seen this before? 2 anti-eco rounds, and they literally just rush down mid, not a care in the world, and just charge at them and take it so easily. I'm struggling to remember an instance where that's actually happened before, 2 rounds in a row. So, you know, hyper-aggressive, really confident start from LDLC. But as you said, here's where it gets interesting. Both teams bought up, and actually something to point out, 2 orbs in play for the CT side. MBK and Smith both using the big green, and there's the opening kill with the orb by MBK onto Cajun B, the new addition to Dignitas, something we haven't mentioned before. Of course, AZ, who was the previous member, did leave, and Cajun B as his replacement, but he's gone down, so not a great start for them in this round. And Dignitas just gaining control of apartments, and Shox, he should have gone down, but he spins around and he takes Zipnix out, and now it's a 5 versus 3, not looking too great for the Danes.
Zipnix, you what, mate? VAC authentication error. Just got kicked from the server. Let's hope that's nothing too serious. But LDLC, 2 players to the good. Dignitas have their work cut out for them. Remember, they did just buy on up these weapons. This would be a heavy body blow for them. We did say the LDLC on CT side were fantastic, and so far so good for them. In actual fact, that's a wounded teammate. Fetish gets shot from, I believe that was Dupree. That's just sad, sad times all across the board. Another player falls, make that 4. Just Fetish remains, and he will be pushing towards B. NBK is all that stands in his way, so if he can get this kill, well, never mind. I was going to say, if he can get the kill, he can get the plant. Not to be for an ohm. We should have a pause coming in, I assume, for that 5th player.
Yeah, that was I mean, VAC authentication. That's a weird one, isn't it? I hope we don't have another Emilio, like literally got VAC banned while on live. I don't think that will have happened.
Would be awkward, let's be honest.
That would be incredibly awkward. Just a few sec. Happy saying. Yeah, we're gonna find out what's going on here. I mean, Zipnik's just dropped out. It said VAC authentication error. So hopefully that's just kind of a Steam server communication thing where kind of his client isn't able to connect to the servers or something like that. Well, let's talk about this start. 4-0 for LDLC. You know, they won the first pistol round. Largely down to an amazing setup on the B site, really rolling the dice, stacking the B bomb site, but on top of that, some amazing frags from Shoxi and Kiyoshima, so that got them the first round on the board, and then the 2 following, they literally ran down mid and just walked over Dignitas like they were like a public 5, like they just joined matchmaking, not caring the world. Easiest 2 rounds of their lives, and now in the in that first buy round, yes, Dignitas did leave the server, so it was effectively 4 versus 5. But before that happened, 2 frags had already gone their way, and after that, it was just a case of mopping up, wasn't it? Dignitas didn't really look like they had a footing in that round at all. So the 4-0 start for LDLC has been quite a very convincing start. What do you reckon to that?
Yeah, I can't really add anything to that. It's not a case of sometimes we'll get a 4-0 scoreline, but it won't really be indicative of how the rounds have gone. You know, it could go down to the 1v1, 2v2s. This has just been a breeze for LDLC. I mean, look at the score. They've only 3 of them have died. 2 deaths on Smiths, 1 death on NBK in 4 rounds. That pretty much sums it up. And they've not looked to falter a great deal. So Dignitas, remember, they elected this map. It was a bit of a confusing decision from both of us. We were talking about this before we jumped live, and I'm just hoping it doesn't come back to haunt them, because Overpass next, LDLC will be looking to take that one as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Something we mustn't forget, Dignitas, like I said earlier, historically, and probably the case now as well, even though Fetish didn't like this label, they are a CT team. For me, certainly, that's where they come alive. That's their better side, on the CT side. And like I said, expect LDLC to pick up a lot of rounds, you know, put up big numbers on their CT side. So don't get too worried just yet, Dignitas supporters, but you know, you've got to say the way LDLC have started with such confidence as well. They've just started fantastically here, and Dupree's actually saying he's getting the same error after restarting, I believe. So we're hitting a little bit of a speed bump already, but it's a client-side issue, so hopefully we'll be able to get this resolved pretty soon.
Yeah, it would be CS without some issues. People asking who the casters are. I'm Metis, and I'm joined by the lovely Jono, so hopefully that answers some of your questions. You can hit us up on Twitter if you want to throw some questions at us while we have these breaks. We try to interact with you guys as much as we possibly can. That's at Metis TV for me, and at Jono CSGO. Have you kept that name, Jono?
Yeah.
You have, because I remember last time you were asking people for ideas, and
yeah,
whether you should change it.
Originally it was Jono Whiting, which is literally my name, and it's not really that original or fun, or not even that easy to remember, so I just thought I'd change it to Jono CSGO. And there were a couple of suggestions, but none of them really. None of them that I fancied. So yeah, Jono CSGO on Twitter.
A bit fruitless. But you can also hashtag CS Arena.
Yeah.
And we will also read off those tweets. So get tweeting. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think this is just a minor setback for Dignitas? They're going to come back strong on Inferno? Or do you think LDLC are already in cruise control? Let us know. We'll read them out for you. We also have some giveaways, guys. As you can see there on the right-hand side, we're giving away an M9 bayonet and a black laminate AK this evening for you after the finals have concluded. There's also a Metis case, which I believe you can find below the stream. You just click on the link and it'll take you where you need to go. And we also have some more goodies coming up for you. Sorry, I got a bit sidetracked there. I'm trying to keep on top of what's happening with Zipnik's and when he's going to get back.
Yeah, it's
same
just,
problem.
Our admin's having a chat with him. They're trying to get it sorted out.
Yep.
I think it's just he's googled the issue and he's just trying a few different things now. I guess worst case scenario, we'll switch servers. We'll get our backup server online and just go over there. So that'll obviously take a couple of minutes, but as long as they join up the server and we get it sorted out pretty quickly, shouldn't be ages, you know. I haven't actually seen that error before. I haven't been playing a lot recently, but I haven't had that error before, and yeah. It's a weird one. By the way, welcome to Stoic Reaper. You've just subscribed, so welcome to the family. Thank you very much for subscribing. And as I say that, somebody else subscribed as well. And this isn't as easy to say. Fanwater Milan, I think. Fanwater Milan? Why don't you try and read it?
You know how terrible my pronunciation is, dude. So you get much closer than I will.
Well, everybody can see it on the chat. Thanks very much for subscribing. Fanwater Milan. Oh.
We also, another thing that I should mention that's been quite new, so it kind of slipped my mind, is we actually have an X-Fire little tournament coming up, or I should say promotional. So if you have a CSGO team and you would like to compete in the next Arena Championships, all you have to do is go ahead to the link that I'm sure someone will put in the chat right now, one of the mods hopefully, and you can actually get yourself through the qualifier and potentially into one of the tournaments that we'll be bringing up later in December. So it doesn't matter how good, how bad you may be, you can always sign up for the qualifier and try and get yourself through. Good luck to you all.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day when I was playing, I'd jump at a chance like that. Literally, if you compete in this tournament, you have a chance to play in our actual CS Arena Championship. We will be casting that game, we will be watching you. You'll have a lot of viewers, you know, it'll be a great experience for you, playing against the top teams as well. Probably won't be easy playing against them if you get through, but you know, definitely well worth giving it a go. So okay, let's hope that will fix it. Yep, someone wants to be social. They're just chatting. I'm reading the chat out here. You can probably see it on the stream as well. So yeah, quick update, guys. We're just waiting for this issue to be resolved. Zipnik's dropped out of the server. VAC authentication error. So we're going to assume he hasn't been VAC banned. It's just some connection problem. And we're just waiting for that to be resolved. As you can see, 4-0 to LDLC. They started magnificently. They picked up the first round in fine fashion, and then picked up the following two on the anti-eco with such confidence. They ran down middle with SMGs and shotguns and whatever else, and just got the kill straight away. Didn't waste any time. And then in the first buy round, they looked in cruise control already. So LDLC with a fantastic start, and here we are with a quick pause. So thank you very much for joining us. And well, we're sorry about this. Hopefully it'll be sorted out soon. Is there any hashtags, anything on the Twitter, anything interesting up there, Metas?
Not as of yet, guys. So again, at MetasTV, at JonoCSGO, and hashtag CS Arena, and we'll try our best to answer them for you. There's a lot of you in the chat right now, so if you'd like to interact with us, guys, we'd be more than happy to take that on board and jump back into the saddle, hopefully, when Zipnix gets himself back into the server. Again, we're not too sure how long that's going to be. No,
hopefully pretty soon. Actually, Punarico. These names always make me chuckle. I don't know why. It's just a strange one. Punarico. LDLC burned Fnatic on Inferno before, so why not owning Dignitas 16-0? Question mark. I don't know, mate. Well, they're on track to do it. No, Dignitas don't have a round yet, but it's a good point. LDLC beat Fnatic, and we all know how good Fnatic are on Inferno and on every map, quite frankly. They're probably the best team in the world right now. And they kind of solidified and cemented that, not solidified, consolidated that fact with winning the recent Electronic Sports World Cup. I mean, they beat LDLC in the final, and you know, that's literally what it says on the tin, a World Cup. So it's not a major though, so whether the teams take it as seriously as a major is something maybe to consider. But you know, the fact that Fnatic won that, for me, probably cements their position as the best team in the world. And arguably, LDLC could be considered second best in the world. What do you reckon to that? Would you agree with that? It's a bit more up in the air. I think Fnatic definitely first, but second place is a little bit more up in the air. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people would agree on the fact Fnatic are best, and there's 3 or 4 teams that you'd say second best. They're definitely up for contention. It depends what side of them shows up on the day. I mean, we talked about this before. The LDLC, if they show up to a tournament, they are extremely difficult to beat, but they do have moments of inconsistency, and that's where we've seen them struggling thus far in this tournament. It hasn't been a complete breeze for them the whole way through. They have had a couple of close results here and there, so it's a difficult one to answer, honestly, John. I think there's 3 or 4 teams that on their day you'd say are second best.
Yeah. I kind of, just put it simply, I think LDLC most of the time would be considered second best though. And, you know, with them being quite a new team, they've only been together about a month or something, maybe a bit longer than that, on the back of Titan kind of rearranging their members. Smiths, Shocks, and MBK of, you know, the very games previously came together, and yeah, everybody knew this was going to be a really strong team, but they've come out with some really big performances, some really big results, and they are, they're climbing the ladder. I mean, I probably wouldn't even be surprised if they are the best team in the world in the upcoming weeks and months. So yeah, exciting to see them grow as a team, and nobody was in any doubt they were going to be a great team. Dignitas, on the other hand, maybe we should talk about them a little bit. I kind of think they've dipped. I think they were a lot better a couple of months ago. If you remember, just before Gfinity, which was a LAN in England, actually our production team produced that, and Dignitas before that online were looking to be the best team in the world. They were beating everybody. They were beating Fnatic, NiP at the time when they were very, very strong, Titan. They were the team to beat online. And then they went to Gfinity and they lost the final to Virtus Pro, I believe. And since then, I kind of feel Dignitas' form has not hit its peak again. They've gone into a bit of a slump and they haven't been as good. What do you reckon to that? I mean, with AZ going out as well, there's a new change, and obviously they felt they needed that. But would you agree? Do you think Dignitas have got worse recently?
Yeah, I definitely would. And I think that's the reason why the change came in ultimately. That the players, AZ himself probably thought, okay, this just isn't working. And Xyp9x has just got back, so fingers crossed we're ready to jump live again shortly. But I would certainly agree with that. And obviously on the side of Dignitas, their team, their management, and also their fans, they're going to be hoping that cajunB coming in is going to elevate them to that next level and get them back on track. Because there's no doubting that individually the potential of these guys is massive. They are right up there with some of the best players in the world. It's just they don't seem to always push in the same direction, and that does kind of come back to bite them in the rear end every now and again.
Yeah, and with that bombshell, with that note, we're going to be going back live. Yes, we're back into it. 4-0 LDLC. We're going to be unpausing. And as you can see, the cash isn't great for Dignitas. They're going to be eco. So you would expect now this to become a 5-0 scoreline. A very thumping, amazing start from the French team. So big welcome to any new people joining us. We're sorry about the delay, but this is the first map. And there's MBK just wreaking havoc with the AWP. 2 frags going his way. Device does find Smiths though. And with the eco, and every kill is almost a bonus here. Shox just runs down mid. Hyper aggressive again. Takes down Xyp9x. MBK still with the angle on mid. And actually, there's another kill for Dignitas, so things not looking too bad on the eco so far.
Certainly not. Sure, they are a player behind, but they've got 2 kills, one of which is an AWP, and if Device can somehow manage to connect more dots, or maybe even look to plant on B with dupreeh, they've got a real glimmer of hope actually to pick up this round. It's not going to slip out their fingers just yet. That being said, nice smoke from Happy is going to keep them on the back foot for a bit longer. Shox has snaked his way down. He's in prime position to strike. Kiyoshima's still on A. So by and large, LDLC from this position should still pick this round up. But the key word there is should. Will they? dupreeh now. The smoke is cleared. Flashbang came through. Momentarily blinded him. But you can see that they're actually going to be going in. Shox, though, will get their kill on Device from behind. And now he's in a good position to get their second. And there we go. The dreams of the eco win have well and truly been smashed. And it will be the 5-0 scoreline after all.
Indeed, lovely flank from Shoxy there, and dropping those 2 guns actually not really that much of a big deal because they'd already built up quite a substantial bank, so they're going to be able to rebuy. Smiths and MBK both AWPing still. This is quite a new setup. I haven't seen this from LDLC a lot. Maybe it's kind of to counter Dignitas. Who knows? Maybe they're just feeling funky and they want to go with 2 AWPs, but it's interesting to see, and it's certainly working out for them. Initial setup, again, another interesting talking point, going 3 members on this B bomb site at the start of the round straight away, and there's Smiths with a frag onto Device, the AWPer for his counterpart for the other side. So AWP versus AWP, and Dignitas yet again falling short. So good start from LDLC. 5 plays 4, and now they've got that frag. They're going to be rotating one back towards A, and this is a good decision. You want to surmount a good defense on this A bomb site. It is harder to hold with just 2 members, so this is a good play from LDLC, and Dignitas look to be going towards there. So let's see if the defense from LDLC can hold strong.
Well, so far there's nothing that would make me feel they couldn't, but you never quite know. Now there's weapons in Dignitas' hands for the 2nd time in this map. Maybe this is the moment they strike. If they were to lose this, though, they're in all sorts of trouble. dupreeh gets the first kill in this exchange, brings it back to a 4-on-4. There's Xyp9x as well. Nice little play from Dignitas, but they're going to have to keep pushing forward, and they've lost 2 players, lost 3 now, and it's all on Fetish. He has an AWP in hand, only 35 HP to his name, and Shox once again moves on 10 for 0, ladies and gents. He is completely smashing it. The only player alongside Happy, who hasn't died yet, and that will be the 6-0 forced by in effect. They've got a Galil. This is looking a bit precarious for Dignitas, to say the least.
Uh-oh, Shoxy is on form. Oh no, this could be a whitewash, literally. This guy, Shoxy, when he hits his peak, he's, for me, the best player in the world. He's just ridiculously good. And look at this, 3-man push down middle as well. Dignitas, I'm not going to be expecting this. There's Happy pushing Banana as well. The sandwich is well and truly on here. Happy gets the one, but just the one. Fetish replies back. But look at this position from LDLC. They have them boxed in here with nowhere to go, except the B bomb site. I say this, if they push up to B, then they have one man to contend with, and that might have been a good idea. Shoxy smokes his way out there, and he manages to get out, and he's still alive. He still hasn't died. What is he doing? I don't know how this is happening for him. Zipnix, though, with a good position, is going to be going through the sewer area, takes him out. Shoxy does get headshotted. Finally, 10-1. He does die. Smith misses a shot. 4 plays 3 now. Dignitas finally with a decent position for themselves. They have this numerical advantage, but is it going to be taken away by Smith's AWP? The answer is yes, and he gets that kill, drops the bomb, and another. Smith comes up big on this car area, and he's being so stubborn, he refuses to run away. He just wants to find another frag, gets his third. And what is happening with LDLC? They just seem indestructible. Dignitas right there should have taken down Smith with ease and pushed up to the side, but Smith, so stubborn, gets 3 frags. Lovely play by him. Yes, the health is quite damaged here for LDLC, but they've got 3 remaining. 20 seconds. Zipnix with 9. I think this is going to be 7-0.
Well, it looks very likely. It was also another shot that was connected from Smith, and there we go. MBK picks up the pieces. 7-0. I was about to say maybe the curse has been broken from Dignitas because Shox did die. 10-1 now, but then Smith just stood up to the plate and said, nope, I've got an open banana, deal with me. And that's going to be another eco now for the side of Dignitas, man. And wow, we were talking about this before the game starts. Why would you pick Inferno against LDLC? So far, maybe Dignitas is starting to regret their decision.
Yeah, I also said on the CT side they're phenomenally good. On the terrorist side they're good, but they're not amazing. So bear that in mind, guys. Dignitas being a good CT side as well. Oh, look at this, actually. Dupree finds 2 frags on the archway, and this is an eco round, so that's all square. And as I say, the Happy brings it back to LDLC's favour. But a good start, a nice eco, and there's Fetish with another frag. MBK drops down, gives away his life, and now Fetish is going to get his running boots on. He's going to try and get that plant on the B bomb site, but I think Happy is going to make sure that doesn't happen. Actually, the smoke's going to allow him a passage across, and the bomb plant comes in. Great play by Fetish, and a good eco round already. That's going to give him the money, and there's a frag through the smoke. Fetish takes down Happy. Shoxy now on a one-on-one. And Fetish lands that frag and gets the first round on the board for Dignitas. And that was an eco. Big play by Fetish. Big play by Dupree. A great round to be picked up from Dignitas. And LDLC let that one kind of slip away from them a little bit.
And that first kill on Happy through the smoke was disgusting. I do not think that Happy was expecting that. Got smashed through it, and beautiful play from Fetish. That was a really needed round for Dignitas. It's going to give them the world of good in terms of confidence. They've also got a bit of bank in their back pocket as well. Nearly 5k on Fetish, so they've got something to work with now. But we say this time and time again, when you start to pull yourself back from the round loss bonus, you have to keep the rounds coming in. Otherwise, you put yourself right back in a sticky situation. So Dignitas are going to look to rinse and repeat. Cajun Bean device, we're going up banana. They're going to second guess themselves and push back towards mid. Fetish with the bomb. He's in second mid. And it looks as though they could be shaping up for an A attack. Shox, Kiyoshima, Smiths, all laid in wait. 1 minute to go. Dignitas still have plenty of time if they want to change their minds.
Yeah, but they're going for it. They're going to be pushing this archway. Smith runs away with his life. Nice play. He's going to stay alive. And the rotate comes in. And 4 members defending now. Actually, almost 5 as the last remaining player on B rotates off. And this is, well, it's looking like they're kind of being hesitant here. It might become a fake. They've got control of archway. The bomb is actually there. And no, they're going to be sticking with this unless they go through towards this B area. There's a kill by Cajun B. On to Smith. Kiyoshima replies. Can he get any more? Yes, he can. And there's Happy as well with a nice crossfire from Library. Shoxy finds a frag. So does Kiyoshima. And as we were saying, it's looking a bit hairy for LDLC. Dignitas with some great ground gained. That's not easy to say, I can tell you now. It's another fantastic haul from LDLC. The French team, 8-1, looking very strong. And because Dignitas won a round, that reset their money. And it's not great for them, but they're going to be able to force a buy, and that's what they want to do here. So they're going to be forced up. 8-1, LDLC very much still in control.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely in control. That's what we're talking about. Round loss bonus has been reset. That's going to be sad times for Dignitas. Dupree going to be pushing on through, gets himself spotted. 22 HP. Vanishes from his overall tally. 1 minute 15, and it looks like they're already going to be putting all their eggs in the A basket. You can see already that Happy has moved his way back round towards A, so it's just MBK on B. 4 players stacked on A from LDLC in a really good position here to fend off the onslaught. Fetish pushes in first. Shocked from the balcony will make short work of him. Kiyoshima gets the crossfire down, but there's Zipnex with a return frag. It is a 4-on-3, but Dupree only has himself a CZ, and Zipnex has been slightly tagged up. You'd again fancy LDLC to clutch out this round. NBK moves his way down from Banana. This is giving his team a lot of information right now. He knows they haven't rotated as of yet. S Dupree, though, with the CZ. Device gets one as well. And surely Dignitas are not going to get another clutch in a situation they really shouldn't. Nice shot from Shox. On to Dupree. 2-on-2. 28 seconds to go, and the bomb is being maneuvered towards B from Zipnex. Flashbang lands in his face. Happy's going to get the crossfire down, but doesn't get the frag. And the bomb does get planted. 20 seconds. Happy could get himself caught out right now from Device. He doesn't check the corner and gets punished with his life. And now it's all on Shox. He's been the man right now for LDLC. 14 for 2, if you can believe that scoreline. But he's got his work cut out for him. 2 players to find and frag. Goes for the fake defuse. Zipnex is going to be moving in. Gets the first one. Now it's a 1-on-1. Device only has 11 HP. He knows that there's not much time remaining. Shox checks left, checks right, but he's not going to see anybody there. And now Device will push in and gets the kill. And Dignitas get their second round. What a nail-biter of a finish. LDLC are going to be heartbroken they didn't win that, but they got more than enough money to buy up again.
Wow, balls of steel from Device there, not peeking on the initial fake defuse. You know, well played by Shoxy. I mean, the balls of steel could have been on Shoxy's side. He could have just held that, and he probably would have got the round. But he decided to fake again, and lovely play by Device. And bearing in mind, guys, that was kind of a forced fight. That was a mixed bag of guns. Nice shot from Zipnex onto Kiyoshima. That gives them the beautiful. I was going to mix brilliant and beautiful. We'll create that new word later, maybe. But yeah, brilliant start for Dignitas, and SMBK gets the one. He's going to fall back immediately after getting that. You would hope he would anyway, and he peeks out again. Not a good play by him. Gives away his life, and there's Smith's dropping as well. All of a sudden, the Danes have got a handle in this match. They're getting round. They're getting rounds, and a double nade by Fetish and Dupree take down Happy. And now just Shox remaining. He was in the 2-on-1. Didn't get that last time. 4-on-1 is doubly hard. I don't really think he's going to go for this, and I'd recommend he backs off and saves. So, just like that, Dignitas pick up another, and that's going to put them on 3, which all of a sudden isn't actually that bad. I mean, it's going to be a stretch, but I was going to say earlier, if they can get 3 rounds, you know, at the rate it was going earlier on, if they can get 3 rounds, they could probably still win this map. 4 would be great. 5 would be amazing for them, considering how strong their CT side is. But with 3 rounds, I think that's already enough to give them just enough room to work with. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I certainly would. That Dignitas on CT side will favour themselves to get a large bulk of the rounds. And my one concern for them before is, yes, Dignitas have a strong CT round, but if they finish T side on like 14-1, that doesn't really give them too much room to play with. But 8-3 now, when you consider it was 7-0 before to LDLC, Dignitas are going to be very happy with this last 5-10 minutes passage of play. They're going to be much more confident, feeling it a lot more right now. And I always felt that Dignitas are quite a confidence-based side. If you give them a bit of confidence, they can definitely run with that. So I think they're in a really good position here to iron out some more rounds. They are against a 4-sport up LDLC. They do lose the first frag, but there's Cajun B and Zipnex. Zipnex once again, beautiful double headshot in the apps. And that's opened this wide open for them in the 12th round. They're going to get the bomb plant down to 4-on-2. Dignitas looking good for this 4th round, Jono.
They absolutely are. I mean, we didn't point out the fact that it was actually Nico, so having lost those 3 rounds, LDLC's money dried up. They couldn't afford to buy, so not too much of a surprise that Dignitas have got this round, but only dropping the 1 member is certainly a good sign for them, and things are looking up, absolutely. 4 rounds on the board already, in my mind, is probably enough. I mean, we've got to consider the pistol round, how imperative it would be that they pick it up. With 4 rounds, though, if they lose the pistol round, there's a possibility of them basically winning at 16-14 because the other team will get to 13 or 14 as a gift from, you know, converting the rounds. So with 4 rounds, they have that 1 round cushion after the 3 that you would expect them to lose if they don't win the first round. If you understand, it sounds more complicated than it is, but they've basically got that cushion to work with now with the 4 rounds. It's better than 3. And I said 3 is probably enough. 4 is great for them, to be honest. If they can get the pistol round and start putting up a great defense, which they're more than capable of doing, it's not looking too bad for them after all whatsoever. So LDLC can be bought up again this round. Both teams fully bought up. No AWPs in play, actually. Probably down to the lack of funds from LDLC. They were lacking that double AWP setup earlier on. And I can definitely tell you they would want 1 AWP, but not enough money to do it this time round. Here comes the arc push anyway. Dignitas going very aggressive. And they catch Smiths off. What a great play. Smith was completely isolated there. So they caught him off brilliantly. Happy comes from the rear though. Takes down 1. But because it was just the 1, well, actually another frag going the way of Zipnik, so it's a 4-on-2. I was going to say it's a 3-on-4. Happy brings it back though. Very forwards and back is tit for tat. But the favourites now, Dignitas with the bomb down, 3-on-2. Happy and MBK. Do they want to go for this, or do they want to save the money? That's the question. The next frag will be probably the deciding factor in this. Fetish is going to catch MBK out, and that's an important frag, and that's probably going to make Happy want to save now. The bomb's already take quite a lot away, and he is indeed going to be backing off. And that's going to be a 5th round on the board for the Danes. So, you know, LDLC got off the mark a lot quicker than Dignitas, but by God, have Dignitas woken up.
That's what I'm talking about. The confidence now is certainly going to be oozing through them. And now LDLC are in a spot of bother. Look at that economy. They're probably going to have to either eco or force buy up some pistols and Kevlar. So this is just not a great position for them to be in, and they're going to force up. They've got a Mag 7, you've got a FAMAS. By no means is this a strong lineup of weaponry, and Dignitas already with 5 rounds will be looking for that 6th. And who knows, we could even finish this at 8-7, which when you consider, Jono, it was 7-0 to LDLC, would be a hell of a comeback from Dignitas.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm talking about. They've woken up, haven't they? This quite remarkable. I kind of thought we were going to see a very one-sided map, actually, because the way LDLC were playing, like you say, 7-0. Dignitas were just not finding any openings. And then, I believe it was an eco, actually, that the first round they won. It was an eco. It was kind of a bit of sloppy play from LDLC, some great shots, some great team play from Dignitas. And since then, they've looked a refreshed side. They've looked completely different, haven't they? Shoxy missing that shot. And it's going to be taken out by Zipnik, so the opening frag once again going the way of Dignitas. And they do actually have guns, don't they, LDLC? It's a mixed bag of guns. It's kind of a force buy, but they have invested in this round. They want to pick it up. They do not want to give Dignitas 6 rounds. That's 5 is already too much as far as they're concerned. So 6th would just be, you know, drastic consequences for them. And Dignitas gearing up for the B play. The smoke is slowing them down a little bit, but here comes the push, and there's just one man defending there. Let's see what he can do here. Smith is going to find Zipnik. Great flag, actually, but SK should be taking down the lone defender. It was MBK. And now that's going to be the bomb site very firmly in their control. And the bomb will be planted. The Vice is in the tree area as well, getting another kill. 4-on-2. This is the scenario we've been in a couple of rounds now in a row. Bomb down, another frag by Cajun B, and there's the last nail in the coffin. 8-6. Dignitas have really, really woken up. They've come back into this half, and they might even force a force buy on this last round. In fact, that's what's going to be happening. LDLC's money is not great again. They're going to be forcing up a couple of FAMASs, a Mag 7 in the mix. Not great weaponry, and, you know, in the end, not a great half from them, especially by their standards on CT Inferno.
And they've also got an AWP they have to contend with here in the 15th round, the last round of this half. So 8-7 is a very real possibility right now, especially as Zipnix has got the first kill. There's Cajun B. Nice exchange back from MBK, but he's going to fall down to Cajun B, who picks up a quick triple. And this is why so many people were excited about his addition to their roster. And Dignitas have picked it up 8-7 at half-time. The comeback is surely complete for now, and they are now on the easier side, on the side they're going to be very comfortable on. This is looking bad for LDLC, I've got to say.
Yeah, there's no beating around the bush. At this point, this is looking very, very good for Dignitas. They're a very strong CT team. Everybody knows this. And this is their map choice. You've got to expect their defense to be very good as well. I mean, their terrorist side in the end turned out to be amazing. LDLC, 7-0 up. It was 8-3 as Simon is posting on Twitter. Actually, great post. He's posted a picture of 8-3. But yeah, Dignitas have come right back into it. 8-7, the closest possible scoreline for a half to end. And well, here we go. Second half is live. Here is the pistol round. And if Dignitas pick this up, they're going to be in such a great position. There's Dupree with 2 awesome frags, but Smith, Happy, and MBK both come back with frags of their own, and that's going to bring it back to a 2-on-2. Bomb planted though, so that's gonna aid the cause of the Frenchman here. Fetish and Device to be CT's tasked with retaking this bomb site. The afterplants do finally become fairly decent. They've got a man in pit and 1 on site, and there's Fetish now with the remaining member, and he is dropped. So LDLC do pick up that crucial round. They needed that very badly, let me tell you, and they picked it up. So they're going to be buying up here. Well, actually, Happy's going straight in for the AK, no messing around. And Dignitas are going to be going for CZs and, yeah, a couple of P250s. So they're going to be buying up some pistols as well. But crucial round 1 there for LDLC.
Yeah, that was massive. Simply massive. And I'm curious if LDLC are going to play as aggressively on T side as we saw them do on CT after winning the pistol. It looks like that's going to be the case. Smith's going in, taking point with the P90. Needs to check the corner, and he's going to get headshotted. Shox does get the return frag, but oh, I felt that Smith's there. Caught his pants down. Zip next is going to return fire. This is looking like a pretty decent eco round from Dignitas, but here come the return frags. Kiyoshima and Happy get themselves 1. It's down, though, to a 2-on-1 situation. It's all on Happy. He has the AK-47 and full hit points. This is very doable, but look where that bomb's been dropped. And you can see Dignitas are just going to surround the area. Device in library. Dupree hanging just outside of Arches. Seems he knows where Happy's coming from. And they're just going to miss each other. Walk past at the wrong possible time. Dupree now gets a second take at it. Doesn't connect the dots. In fact, didn't tag Happy a single time. Gives his position away. And now Happy gets that bomb, and he's running back towards B. This is such smart play from him. And you can see Device still thinks this is an A push. He still thinks the A bomb site is open. They have split up. Dupree's going to be getting B. Any second now, he's going to be giving the information. Surely he can hear Happy. Happy runs straight past. He's going to go for the bomb plant. And now this is the time for Dupree to make a move. He comes round, but he gets picked off. With 20 seconds, there's more than enough time for Happy to get this bomb plant down. And now in this 1 versus 1 situation, surely Happy is in the prime position to strike.
Oh, bomb down. It was really clever from Dupree to hide there, but he didn't land that shot. Now the bomb is ticking away. Happy is in construction. I think Device is just going to go for it. No, it's not. It's going to smoke up and fake. This is quite strong fake because Happy does not know if he's defusing or not. It's going to spray away, give away his position, and Device gets that kill. Really, really smart play. But this is another crucial element. He doesn't have a defuse kit.
He's got time, surely. Yeah.
Okay, great play from Device there. Actually, could play from Dupree, but he missed a shot in the end. And a valiant effort from Happy. But we've got to remember that was an eco round from Dignitas. They lost the first round and they win the second round. LDLC cannot connect the dots, as you say, in a broader sense of the saying, and they don't get the second round. And that was crucial that they picked that up. Let's bear this in mind. We've said it over and over again. Dignitas are a very, very strong CT team. LDLC picking up that first round. The reason why it was so crucial, the reason why I was praising them for it, is because classically that will gift you another 2 rounds on top of that, and that will give you a few more rounds. That will give you a bit of headway to work with. But Dignitas smashed that into smithereens and say, no, we're going to claim the second round for ourselves. LDLC not looking great. Once again, they're in the worst position here.
They are. And also, some of you caught it in chat, MBK is now having the issues that Zipnex did before with the VAC authentication error. So hopefully, because it has already been resolved, it shouldn't be too long before he gets himself back into the server. But we may need to fill in a bit more dead air here, Jono, as to what's going on. It's been a cracking map, though, of CSGO. If you've just joined us, guys, it was 7-0, then 8-3 to LDLC on CT side. Dignitas came back to 8-7 at halftime. And now, in this second half, there's really nothing to determine between these two teams. LDLC, though, should be on an eco. They may try and force it up, but either way, they're certainly going to be second best in terms of favoritism going forward to this 18th round.
Yeah, you've got to say that. And, yeah, like we keep saying, Dignitas now on the easier side, on their stronger side as well. I really thought LDLC were going to put up big numbers. I said it at the start, didn't I? I kind of thought they would get like 11, 12 rounds on their CT side. From what I've seen them recently, what I've seen from them, I should say, recently on Inferno, they've just been phenomenal on their CT side. And, you know, Dignitas starting off, I really thought they'd hit a brick wall, but Fetish, in-game leader, he's done a fantastic job, and the rest of his team have done a marvellous job finding the frags, finding the entry picks, and, you know, Dignitas with a very, very strong terrorist side. So here we are, 9-8. If you just joined us, LDLC won the first round of this half, and then Dignitas have come right back and won the second, which is another twist, isn't it? It's another turn of events. So yeah, really interesting and exciting map. This is the first map of the best of 3, guys, so plenty more Counter-Strike on the way. Second map is going to be Overpass, which was selected by LDLC. So this is Dignitas' map choice, we've got to bear that in mind. And the deciding map will be Dust 2. And also, if you're just joining us, the reason why we're paused is NBK is having the same issue as Zipnix had earlier on, which is on the, well, what we get from the game is that the message is VAC authentication error, which I think means there's an issue with connecting to the VAC servers, to the Steam servers. So it's just a connection issue, and that's what we're dealing with right now. So like you said, we're just going to fill some dead air, and I think there actually have been quite a lot of hashtags, quite a lot of activity on there. So I'm just going to jump on over. Anything notable on your end? Anything exciting to mention?
Question was directed at us about NIP from Jonas. What do you think about the decision from Faflaren to leave NIP? And he's asked, who do you think NIP has their sights on? Now, I'm pretty sure Makaleli did join NIP.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So there's the answer to that question. But Jonah, what's your thoughts on Faflaren leaving NIP? It's kind of a sad time for me because he's been such a figurehead of the Counter-Strike scene for so long. It hurt actually quite a bit, and I'm sure it did a lot for supporters. Yeah, man, it's like nostalgia.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from, but it's kind of a harsh world, isn't it?
True.
It's so competitive, and especially with so much money being on the line and stuff these days. It's not just a couple of mates playing together. It's a sport, and these teams want to win. You know, there's a lot on the line, and they're under a lot of pressure. And I've never really aired my feelings about Faflaren, but I'm not going to be really rude or anything. But I'm one of the people that thinks Faflaren wasn't really up to the standard of NIP, to be honest. As somebody that's been in a lot of teams myself, I will say that when you have 5 players that like each other and get on well, and there's a good synergy within the team, that probably counts for more than having 5. Well, it certainly counts for more than having 5 really talented individuals. But at the same time, if he's not performing well enough, and he's performing quite largely under standard, you know, it's just like he's quite below the others. And for me, a lot of the time, he was a lot worse than the others. I think it's a good decision, quite honestly. Yeah. How do you feel about it, man? Obviously, you're upset about it, but
I'm sad because it's
logically speaking, though.
Yeah, logically speaking, I can see it. You know, clearly NIP weren't firing on all cylinders. They haven't been for a while, so it's similar to that discussion we had about Dignitas before when AZ left and Cajun B came in. If things aren't working, eventually you have to face that and you have to say, okay, why isn't it working, and how can we fix it? And if they felt that Faflaren may have been the weak link, or if Faflaren felt that himself wanted to just leave, I can understand that and I can respect that as well. Maybe NIP are going to come back stronger than ever. Who knows? Yeah,
well, Makaleli is a really talented player. Yep. But so I probably shouldn't pick up on it too much. I don't know the guy personally, but apparently he had a bad attitude in some other teams. He fell out with his other team members. So this is what I'm talking about: the trade-off between synergy and team chemistry and getting along and having the same kind of aspirations and wanting to achieve them the same way. Being a strong 5 together, feeling good about yourselves, or having maybe 4 or 3 players that really get on, and then 2 superstars, 2 really talented players. It's kind of a trade-off, but as long as Makaleli can fit in and he doesn't fall out with anybody or whatever. I mean, I don't know too many details, but I can tell you for a fact it's going to definitely change the dynamic of the team, and they're going to have to adjust to that, and it probably will take a while, especially because they've been together for 2 years. Let's remember this. They're one of the most, well, they are the most consistent CS:GO team that's ever been, actually. They've had the same lineup since the beginning, and it's a big change for them. And I think it's going to really take them a while to adjust. But in the long run, I hope for them. And personally, I think from an external perspective, I think it's a good move because Makaleli's a real strong talent. As long as he can fit in, as long as they can shape him to the way they want to play and stuff, I think it's a great move. Actually, you said it's kind of the same as Dignitas. Another little maybe talking point. I don't think AZ was a bad player. I don't necessarily think that was the root of their problems. Yes, Cajun B is an awesome player. Bringing him in can only make them stronger, especially because they know him so well. They've been in teams together before. But I don't really think the root of their problems was AZ. I kind of think it was a bit more deep-rooted with strategies and kind of practice and stuff like that. But so I don't think it's exactly the same. I think Faflaren for me, was subpar. I think he was understanded for a while, and just because they got on so well as a 5, they kept him going. And well, let's not forget they did so well. You know, they were the strongest team for a long time with Fiflaro. But I think recently the competition has grown so much because so much money is on the line now. Teams have really caught up with them, and there's no room for subpar players. As sad as that is, it's the the cold hard truth, in my opinion. Anyway, disclaimer, that's just my opinion as a caster. It's not anybody else's opinion. So
yeah, I feel like the game has evolved a lot in terms of the teams, rising to the top, and NIP almost had the monopoly over CS for a pretty long period of time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Then the rest of the teams, as you said, the amount of money that's being pumped into it now, players pretty much taking this as a career, as a full-time job where they can put forward, 8 to 12 hours a day at least on playing Counter-Strike. You can start to see a lot of these players rising to the top, and NIP no longer held, the reins of the very top of Counter-Strike. And again, sometimes you just have to move with the times. If they felt Fiflaro wasn't pulling his own weight, then you have to get the replacement in, and you have to try and jump back to the top once again. Apologies, guys, for us waffling on about this, but as you can see, NBK still hasn't reconnected to the server, so we're just trying to fill in as much time as possible until he's back. Apparently has the same bug that Zipnex had before, which is a VAC authentication issue, so fingers crossed that will be rectified very shortly for you guys watching.
Absolutely. K3Y85 to subscribe. So thank you very much for subscribing. I went a bit overboard with the veries. I started reading chat and my mind started wandering. But yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks for subscribing. Features, I say this in such vague terms because it's all I can do, but features are going to be coming up for subscribers. It's not just like we're taking the subscriptions and we're not going to do anything. In fact, the first thing that we're doing, and this is going to be coming up literally after the this match that we're going to be watching, we're going to be giving away the skins, aren't we? We've only mentioned this once before tonight. We normally mention it a lot, don't we? But yeah, I'll mention it. Oh, maybe I won't. Maybe
we can leave that for the end of the map, because I think we're about ready to jump back into the action here, John.
Good stuff. So we'll mention skins and all that stuff later on, but there is a skin giveaway, so stick around and subscribe if you want to consider that. We are giving away skins. Well, I'll say it quickly anyway. It's an M9 DD part knife and a black laminate AK, and they're both given away after this best of 3.
Yeah, M9 is for subscribers. The black laminate is for followers, I believe.
Oh, sweet. So if you haven't followed already, just do that. It'll just take you a couple of seconds, and yeah. So they're just having a little chat themselves now in the game chat. And this is the first map, so we've had a bit of delay here. We've had some issues with Zipnix and now MBK, but this is the first map, the Inferno, chosen by Dignitas. LDLC started phenomenally well on the CT side. Dignitas brought it right back. They came back and got 8-7. They got the 7, LDLC with the 8, and that was a phenomenal terrorist side, considering how badly they started. And LDLC picked up the first round in this second half, and then Dignitas picked up the second round. So they've come right back again. So lots of twists and turns in this map already. It's shaping to be a really interesting affair. And as I'm saying this, I'm kind of leading back into it, but MVK is disconnected and he's back. Brilliant. Okay, I think we've resolved it. I think we're okay. So yeah, with that little synopsis of what's happened, we should be going back live any second. So once again, guys, thank you very much for joining us. And on behalf of us, just because it's polite, we should say we're sorry for the delay. We're doing our utmost to watch the Counter-Strike. I mean, we're quite impatient people ourselves, aren't we, Metters? We get quite fed up of waiting around. We want to cast it. We want to watch the action. So yeah, we're all feeling the impatience right now. And come on, guys, unpause.
There's some issues with start money at the moment. They're wanting 3.5k on MBK, so we can get this started. Dignitas have also accepted that as well. So we're just waiting for that to go across, and then we should be good to jump on in. Again, apologies, guys. It seems to have followed us quite a lot, actually, over this tournament, John, with technical issues. We've had plenty of them, and let's hope this is the last one.
Yeah. Live and learn, eh? I mean, we've already mentioned there's the 4th one coming up, so we're going to obviously take all the issues we've had and figure out strategies to avoid them, etc. And while we're on that topic, actually, if you heard us mention it earlier, let's mention it again. We're actually doing an open qualifier. So you might have a chance to play in the next tournament and be casted by us, be watched by thousands of people, play against top teams. All you have to do is head on over to the link, hopefully provided by our lovely admin, Evan, in the chat. If you could post it. Basically, Xfire hosting this open qualifier tournament. So anybody can enter. You just need 5 people. You need a team and get signed up. And you'll be well within a chance of qualifying for the tournament. So make sure you do that. And they're just trying to resolve the money issue now. So MBK is actually in the server. And now we are sorting out the money. So...
yeah, he's going to be changing accounts, I believe, so it resets that problem. I also have a question I'm going to fire across to you, Jono, on the hashtag CS Arena. Guys, get your questions, get your opinions fired on in there. We'll read them out while we have these downtimes in between maps and such. From Son of Tyrion, who says, the comeback is real. Dignitas keeps this up and holds off on giving entry frags, and it's easily in their control. Do you agree with that, Jono? Do you think that's going to pretty much be what could very well pick them up this first map?
Yeah, Son of Tyrion.
Pretty awesome name.
His names are just so great. I mean, guys, he's so creative, a lot more original than I am, I can tell you. I would agree with that statement 100%, absolutely, yep. Especially with them winning the second round already. I mean, that's already a big result for them in itself, you know. That was LDLC's round to win. They played it pretty hastily. They kind of just charged into Archway. They didn't really feel out the defense. They didn't really work out what was best to do. And they were quite haphazard and they just went straight for it. And sometimes that'll work out, but sometimes not. And this time, Dignitas were actually set up pretty well for it. And they won the second round. And I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Dignitas' CT side is very, very strong. So unless LDLC can do what was done to them and really come up with something quite special, I certainly think Dignitas have got this now. Yeah, I think they're going to win this map. And I think it's going to be a 2-1 scoreline now, because I said if Dignitas can win Inferno, I think LDLC will win the next 2. So we've been on pause. Is this it? Is this for real? We should be live. We are indeed. We are back. Fantastic. Welcome to the stream. We are so sorry about the delay, but we are finally back in this grand final best of 3 series. First map is this, the Inferno. Dignitas now on the CT side with the guns. Let's see what they've got. Dignitas, Dupree getting a headshot. Actually, Kiyoshima's already got a frag, so that's a nice start from them. 1 for 1. Remember, they've got the pistols. They're not expected to get really much done here. So actually, that's a good start from them.
Yeah, I do also wonder how the whole delay factors into both teams. If they're going to go off Kilter, if they're going to go off the Boil here. This map's been going on for about an hour now. And it can be quite exhausting waiting for the players, but regardless, Dignitas are still trying to hold fast on this B site. All 4 players from LDLC looking to push the envelope here. Zipnex is going to bide his time. Laid in wait round on the right-hand side. There's the flashbang. Doesn't quite connect the way I'm sure they were hoping for. LDLC now pushing into B itself. Dupree gets himself fragged, and this could be a huge round for the Frenchman, who force-bought up some pistols and Kevlar. Device could very well get this frag on Happy, but Happy gets the CZ headshot out of nowhere. And now it's all on Zipnex and Cajun B. Make that just Cajun B as Happy chimes in with yet another. The bomb's been planted. What a round from LDLC. Exploding after the pause.
Right, time to get excited. Another change of events. LDLC come back and win the pistol round after the restart. MBK, the culprit for the delay. But he came in and he was the culprit for, well, as far as Dignitas is concerned, for winning that round. He played that amazingly, dodging the bullets, getting around and taking the lone defender on the site. And with their brilliant smokes blocking off the CT side, they're isolated for one-on-ones. And they got that round. And they got that site, I should say. And then Happy taking down Dupree as well in that Angel. The Dupree even walked round. He knew somebody was probably going to be there, but Happy landing that frag. And then went round to construction, got another kill. And LDLC are now on 10 rounds to Dignitas' 8. But Dignitas still on the easier side, yes. And I'll still stick to my word. I still think they've got this in the bag, as long as they don't, have too many cock-ups on their end. But great round from LDLC. That's going to definitely reignite their confidence, put a bit of steam behind them again. Oh, look at this stack. Meadows, this could be very bad for LDLC. That's all I'm going to say.
It really could. And there is an AK-47 there as well. So who knows? Maybe Dignitas can hold fast. Kiyoshima gets the first one. Are they going to expect the stack? Judging by their positions, no, they won't. And there has been an exchange of gunfire, and it is going to come out in the best for LDLC for now. But that was very close. They do still get themselves a couple kills, make that actually 3. And Zipnex from the back of garden gets that P251 click to the forehead. But LDLC win the round nonetheless, and they do have quite a bit of money in their back pocket. Dignitas They're in a precarious position in terms of economy, and they're going to go for another eco. I actually quite like this. There's no point forcing up a buy, putting yourself in a really bad situation, and 12-8 scoreline. So it's almost like they're saving up and they're saying, okay, we can see this round, but we'll be buying up some AWPs going next round.
That's exactly it. You've hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what they needed to do, and that's what they've done. So cool heads from them. No reason to force up just yet. They can give away 12 rounds. It's not too much of an issue. And all right, look at this. Apps push. Dignitas being very aggressive. KJB with 2 CZ kills. Device lands 1 as well. And forwards and backwards is exactly how it's been pretty much all map. And now 2-on-2. Guns versus CZs. Yes. But Dignitas once again on an eco round, making it very, very expensive, and actually with a chance of winning this. A good smoke is going to inhibit Zipnix from really doing much though, and he's going to have to wait. He's going to throw a nade round, and Fetish has found himself an M4, I should say. He's managed to scavenge a weapon. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to be pushing through this quad area. Shoxy, he's so good at holding this pit area as the CT, so why would it be any different as Terrorist? It's going to be pretty hard for Dignitas here, especially as Happy lands that kill onto Zipnix, and Fetish doing the smart thing. He is pretty much the level head in the team. He will always do the smart thing, Fetish. I say that, and he pushes back round.
Curse of the commentator,
I literally ate my words then. Yeah, exactly. So LDLC pick it up in the end, but it was expensive. 12-8.
It was expensive, and as we said, they also, because they went for that second eco, they're able to now buy up an AWP and 4 M4s. Maybe that was something that's going through Fetish's head. He's like, okay, I know I can buy up next round. Maybe it's worth me trying to get an exit frag here or there. But it seemed like he kind of didn't make a concise decision. He was caught in 2 minds and ended up paying the final price with his life. Regardless, here into 21st round, 12-8 in favour of LDLC. Dignitas finally have some weapons on their side on CT. You'd fancy them to start to win some rounds, but LDLC, since that pause, they've looked pretty solid. Had a couple hiccups.
Can I just say, I think this is a pivotal moment. I think this is a really, really important round for both teams. Because if LDLC get it, they'll be on 13, and they'll probably force an eco, putting it to 14. If Dignitas win it, then they're going to start the train rolling from themselves. So if you understand, for both teams, it's a crucial one. So yeah, sorry, you carry on.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that statement, and you can almost see it in LDLC's play. They're trying to go for the jugular, they're trying to play very aggressively, but it hasn't paid off for them. Cage and B and Device both get themselves a kill. NBK comes back with a double. That's huge, but he's been silenced now. Fetish spots the gunfire through the smoke and does dispatch Kiyoshima with ease. It's now all on the last remaining player of Smiths, and he falls down. Dignitas get the round. And this could be the start of something special. We saw them make a comeback in the first half. There's no reason they can't rinse and repeat here on CT.
Yeah, absolutely. So sorry to interrupt, but I really felt like I need to say that. Like, it's look at the money right now. It's virtually nothing. They've got guns because they saved 3 and they're able to rebuy 2. But had LDLC taken that round, taken all the guns off them, their money would have been down the drain, and LDLC would have been on 13. So you would have expected them, as a result of that, to get to 14. So big round won by Dignitas there. They needed to get that round, and that's going to slow LDLC down. There's Kiyoshima with an entry frag as well. Dignitas get 2 straight back though. Device and Cage and B with 2 nice pickoffs. Bringing the numerical advantage right back in their favour. And yeah, since they won that round, I think they could now start the ball rolling for themselves and you know, get steam behind them and just lock it down. And this is where we could just see the Dignitas supremacy on the CT side. Because if that happens, yeah, I think they're going to win the map. So I really can't understate how I feel, how big that round was. But B is going to be the player for LDLC. The smoke is going to, I was going to say allow Zipnix to get the easy frags, but he didn't land one. And now the bomb will be planted. There is a man in construction for Dignitas, so that's at least in their hands. That's going to make the afterplant situation for LDLC a little bit worse. But they've got the bomb down now, and they're going to smoke off all of the choke points. They've got a lot of smoke still remaining. This is going to wind down the clock massively. And this is actually a very strong position for LDLC to be in here.
It really is, and I've got to say, that was really poor from Zipnix. He really should have landed at least 1 frag there. By him dying, that effectively opened up the plant and the round on top of that. So, oh man, that was a bit of a sad one to watch. It's going to be 13-9 now in favour of LDLC. That's around Dignitas are going to feel. They're going to feel the pinch there because LDLC move 1 step closer to this first map.
Absolutely, and you know, with Zipnix spraying away like that on his own, I don't know where his backup was as well, if I get my words out. He should have been backed up. He should have had a crossfire set up with his teammate there. So Well, he might have been alone on the side. I might be chatting rubbish. But, you know, I keep saying one thing. I thought Dignitas on the back of that round could have just come strong and, you know, come up big and just show us the Dignitas defense that we're used to seeing and kind of run away with it. But, no, LDLC pick up that round. Probably a round they shouldn't have got. They had the numerical disadvantage. They got the entrance onto the site. But their device pushed all the way down Banana. Takes down Happy. So, once again, they secure themselves the advantage. But they need to convert this now. They need to get this round because... once again, I think if they don't pick up this, they're going to be on eco, and that will put LDLC on 14. So, you know, LDLC in a good position, but Dignitas still with room to work with. And look at that! H&B with 2 nice frags. Dupree finding one as well. The apps got well and truly locked down. 13-10. It's whatever happens now, it's going to be a close game. I can tell you that. I think it could be a 16-14 game here.
Oh, this is going right down to the wire. It definitely is. Unless Dignitas really put themselves in the creek without a paddle by losing a round like this, then I can see this going right down 16-14 kind of territory, maybe even overtime. We've seen a lot of overtimes in the CS Arena Championships thus far. It would be fitting if the finals had one as well. LDLC, though, on the eco, 2 players going to be pushing up Banana. That's going to be Kiyoshima and Smiths. The rest of the team looking towards a more standard approach on A. In fact, NBK is playing very aggressively, taking point, going through the smoke. Fetish gets the first frag, though. Kiyoshima is going to be trying to make amends for his fallen teammate, but that's not going to happen. And again, Dignitas get the first pick, and they should convert this into a 13-11 scoreline. Cajun B's in a good position. Prime position to strike. He gets the first one, gets the second as well. It's just all unhappy. He's been spotted, but gets the CZ kill on Cajun B. And that's all that's going to happen from his perspective. As Dupree sprays him down. All on Kiyoshima. Got 4 players to find and frag. He's been tagged. He gets finished off. And indeed, it will be the 13-11.
Yeah, so no slip-ups there from Dignitas. A good, solid hold, and that's what they needed. Need to grow some bank now as well, because if LDLC can keep forcing their hand, monetarily speaking, then you know, they lose the 1 round, and that's going to put them on the eco, and that could be GG. So they need to start building a bank. They need to start winning rounds without too many losses in terms of you know, fallen members. And well, LDLC now with an AWP play. Smith has got that gun, his cherished rifle, the one he's wanted for a while now. He's finally got it. And the double nade not really doing much damage because of the wall. So that's kind of lucky. And there's Shoxy, who did not have the drop. He had no right to get that frag. KGB knew he was dropping down, but Shoxy still comes out on top. This guy is just such an animal. I love watching him play. And well, for the first time in a while, LDLC get the numerical advantage for themselves. Now, let's see if they can do something with it.
Yeah, and we did have that comment on the hashtag CS Arena. They stopped giving away early frags and the early picks, and Dignitas are in good position to win. They've been doing that thus far up until this round. There's the Vice, though, up in apartments, making short work of Happy. He was trying to peek his way out of Dark Room, which was the kill room from Cajun B a couple rounds previous. Got 2 kills from there. Kiyoshima, though, is going to be moving down through apartments, gets himself an M4. And with 40 seconds or thereabouts to go, LDLC are looking to push onto A. Zipnix has actually moved to B, so that's going to leave just Device and Dupree, the D&D combo, on A. And they've got 4 players to find and fend off. The smokes have came down. Surely that is going to pretty much sum up what the deal is right now. But Dupree gets the first kill. There's Device as well, who's dropped down onto the site with the AWP. And so far, the 2 men are beating the 4. Dignitas, 4 on 2, with 16 seconds to go. This should be another round to them. It's going to be 13-12, surely.
Yeah, you would expect it. You know, a lovely turn of events here with Dignitas fan or player. So yeah, 13-12 is really hotting up, isn't it? Are they going to be able to buy? That's the question. No, they're not. The money is rubbish. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably going to be all square at 13 all, unless LDLC can come up with something a little bit special. They're going to have pistols. Only going to have pistols, I'm trying to say, in this round. So yeah, 1 open play for Dignitas. That's Device did pretty well with it last round, actually. I really liked his decision to abandon Archway and go around to the site, back up Dupree, and there he is again. The reaction is just ridiculous, and here's Fetish just mowing them down. Oh, I say that. He gets 2. Kiyoshima answers back with the 1, and they've only got CZ here. If they could have taken that B member down, the last remaining member over there, they might have been able to get a bomb plant, but a great rotate by Dignitas is going to sandwich them in here. There's Kiyoshima doing work again, gets another, a 1 on 3. He's got the AWP, but there's KGB with his USP. Silences him. And you know what I was talking about earlier with Dignitas needing to build a bank? They've done exactly that now. so they can lose a round or two and still be able to buy. And that's what they needed to have done to win this map in normal time anyway. And now LDLC are probably in the worst position. This is what we were saying. The CT side is easier. Dignitas are very good at it. Yes, they slipped up earlier on, but with some good saves and some good decisions, they've come back into it and they've held well. And now it's 13-0. So yeah, all square. It's getting hot, isn't it? It's getting exciting.
So tense. And we're speaking about overtime. If Dignitas keep going in this kind of form, that's not going to happen. But Kiyoshima gets the first frag, gets the second as well, courtesy of MBK. Do LDLC return fire from Cajun B and Zipnex, though. We'll bring it back to a 3-on-3. It's just like two heavyweight boxers exchanging haymakers between these two. And it's so difficult to pick who's going to come out on top. Zipnex is now in such a good position. Gets the spray down through the smoke and survives. Are you kidding me right now? MBK is going to jump across and try and get that bomb down in the second time of asking. Cajun B going to stack up on logs with Dupree. Nearly gets caught from Kiyoshima, who eats a grenade. The bomb's been planted, but Dupree gets the frag. It's now all on NBK. Can he live up to his name? He's not had the greatest of maps thus far, but this would be a great time for him to explode. Zipnex is just round the corner in Garden. He knows this, and he will get the first kill. Now I'm going to move into Ruins himself. That's a beautiful smoke thrown out from Dignitas. MBK, oh, they lined up for him, but Cajun B get the headshot anyway. That was so close. If MBK held down the trigger there, he could have got a double. I would have lost my voice through screaming.
I know, my heart skipped a beat, honestly. If he'd gone out spraying, then he would have got that round. Wow, it's so tense. It's so exciting. 13-14. MBK didn't come up big. Wasn't able to get that round for his team. And actually, Dignitas with quite a good mop-up, actually, there. I kind of favoured LDLC in that situation, but it was all Zipnex. He got that kill onto the bomb planter, and he managed to stay alive for just long enough to allow his team to get control of Banana and then split up the retake that way. So great play from Dignitas. 13-14. Here it is, crunch time. If LDLC win this, it's going to be 14-0. Both teams will probably be able to rebuy, and then we're going to see the Grand Slam finish. Otherwise, I think if Dignitas win this round, then they're going to force Eco, and it's probably going to be GG. LDLC need this one if they want to carry on. There's the opening kill. That's what they were looking for. And Device gets charged by Shoxy. And what? Alright, bit of lag there, but alright, okay. It looks like Dignitas mopped up, and that's a shame because I like shouting, and that was a round I was probably going to shout it. But LDLC do not pick it up, and look at this, exactly what I'm talking about. This is the forced buy now. They've got CZ in play, 3 AKs, yes, but a Galley in the mix as well. Quite a decent array of nades, okay. It's not that bad a buy, but it's not a full buy. It's not what they would have wanted. Now Dignitas just need the one round to win, and there's Cajun B with the opening kill. Can they answer back? The answer is yes. So 4 plays 4. Can LDLC give us the overtime?
Oh man, if they were to win this, they've got a chance. They've got a real chance. Surely there's not too many more twists and turns yet in this story, or is there? Smiths, he's not happy with the script. He's going to write his own finish to this one. He will be pushing on to B with the rest of his team. Zipnex does move his way around, gets a lot of spray down through the smoke. Not enough to kill anybody, but heavily tag up Smiths, I believe that was. Oh my goodness, Dupree peeks round through the smoke, smashes Smiths. The bomb's been planted. Kiyoshima gets smashed from Zipnex. Had no right to get that kill. And now it's a 2-on-3. And LDLC, who are looking in such a good position to clutch this one out and potentially take it into overtime, have now got their backs against the wall. The bomb's still planted. They've still got a glimmer of hope. Shox gets the first one. He's been the standout player, but Dupree connects the dots to get his third. And the first map will be going to Dignitas on Inferno. Who would have thought it?
13-16 is the first map scoreline. Dupree there with 2 massive